Okay, I'm going to show you 2 ways to align your stickers, 2 ways to level your stickers, and my favorite way to apply stickers exactly where I want them. First, I'm going to put Jack on my binder directly in the center, up on the top. I put some orange around there just so you can see it. Probably the easiest way to align a sticker is to just make sure that the borders on the outside are equal lengths. So if I measure from the edge of my binder to that orange line, I see 4 inches, and from the edge to that I see 3.5. So I'm going to go ahead and make it 3.25 in between each the border of the binder and my sticker. If the borders are equal between the binder and my sticker, then the sticker is centered. And this guy, I'm not really concerned about its angle because it's a circle. So I do have it 3.25 inches away from each edge of the binder, and now I'm going to place a piece of masking tape on it to adhere that to the binder. It's going to hold it exactly where I want it to be. And now if I flip up this sticker, this is a lot easier. I should have cut off the top of the sticker nice and straight, which I will do with the next sticker before I get started. Just trying to do this really quickly before my phone runs out of power. Peel off the backing. And then slide it down from the top downwards, and it'll be right where you fixed it. Just before you do this, make sure it's exactly where you want it, because if you haven't placed it in the right spot, there's no way it's going to end up in the right spot when you're done. So that guy's aligned, centered horizontally, and I just picked a nice spot for it. I didn't center it vertically. This next one I'm going to put at the bottom, and I'm also going to center it, but I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm going to do it by aligning the midpoint of this sticker with the midpoint, a line that bisects the midpoint of the front of the binder. Also with this sticker, I need to level it. I want the Lion Pride to be level with the bottom of the binder. I don't want it to be crooked. So I'm going to make one line with my Sharpie here. Actually, I want a color that's going to show a little better. Vis-a-vis markers are nice to use when you want them to be able to be removed, because these are water soluble. So I'm making a line on here just underneath my lion to accentuate the, like this is my line that I want to level. I went right underneath the L, the I, and the N because those are similar parts of this font. So I know I got a nice straight line. That's something you want to do if you have a sticker that doesn't have text. You want to pick a spot that you know should be level and make a nice line. What we want to do is make this line level or parallel with the bottom of this binder, and we're going to be in good shape. So there are 2 ways to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and make another line on here to show you how to align this using the midpoint. I'm going to measure my sticker, how wide it is. It is 4 inches wide, which means that the midpoint of this sticker would be right at 2 inches. Off of that old darn old in between these guys right here. So I'm making a line, a dot right here that shows the center of this sticker is at 2 inches in, the sticker is 4 inches wide. And I'm going to use my triangle, my right triangle, to get a midpoint that is perpendicular to my level line and goes right on that 2-inch mark. So the idea is if I can line up this line right here with a line that is in the center of this binder, this guy's going to be perfectly leveled. So how do I get the midpoint of my binder? I'll need my ruler once again, make sure it is parallel to the edge of the binder, because if I measure like this, I will get a long measurement. Incorrect, right? This is a 10-inch binder. Well, at least it was when I measured it earlier. A 10-inch binder, which means that the midpoint is going to be at 5 inches because that is half of 10. I'm making a little mark with my vis-a-vis, knowing that it'll wipe away. later. And again, I'm gonna use my triangle to get a nice right angle so that I know that this midpoint would also intersect with the midpoint of the top. Two ways to get this line that is parallel to these sides and perpendicular to these sides. You could make a midpoint here, 5 inches, and connect the dots, or do what I just did and use this triangle to get a perpendicular line. Now, if I line this line up with that line, that guy's gonna be centered. But there's something else I need to do with this guy. I need to make sure that it's level. And there are also 2 ways to do this. You pick the easiest way. One way to make sure that this is level is to ensure that it is equidistant from the bottom of the binder at all points. Oh, 6 millimeters. Oh, 6 millimeters. Oh. Ooh, 6 millimeters. That is very likely level because it is exactly 6 millimeters away from that edge at all points. So these 2 lines are parallel. Another way to find a parallel line using geometry is understanding that anytime you have 2 angles opposite each other, like that are equal, like this guy right there is 30 and that guy's 30, therefore these lines are parallel. So if I drop this guy down like that and I can fiddle this around and go, oh yeah, that line right there is perfectly straight with my triangle, and this line right here is perfectly straight with the bottom of my binder, I could decide that I want to move the sticker up a bit. Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm going to move it up a little bit. And I still know that that's perfectly level with the binder because my triangles have got me some parallel lines there. And then if that line is lined up with my midpoint, this is both centered and leveled. So again, I forgot to cut off the top of my sticker. If it's nice and straight up here, works really well. But if the application tape is hanging over the backing, that's all good too. What I really don't like is when the backing is sticking out underneath the application tape. Makes it much harder to do this, flip it over, so that you can easily remove the backing. If you have a large item you're applying, I recommend moving the backing a little bit at a time. Sometimes I cut it in the middle and do it in the inside out. Lots of tricks to doing large jobs, but that's pretty much all I wanted to show you about alignment and leveling and my method of applying a sticker with this tape to hold it in place and then slide down afterwards. Now, if you are making a 2-color sticker, it's the same thing. You just apply one sticker on top of the other. Sometimes I cut off the edges of my stickers so that it's easier to see for alignment. I can give you some tricks for that. That's really all I wanted to share with you today.